As part of my intake process today, it's so humid today, I just decided not to even try to hide how disgusting I am right now. But so the bucket came back pretty dirty, and I haven't had this apart in 2 or 3 rentals. The unit's got 120 hours on it right now, and I've had this bucket off twice just so I can inspect the pins. I'm going to go ahead and remove these bucket pins right now and inspect them. I'm going to check the bore inside and make sure that there's no excessive wear. I'm going to clean up the pins and just do an overall inspection. Since this is in the dirt when you're excavating, an excessive amount of abrasive material is going to end up inside of these metal on metal surfaces. So I like to get in here and give it a little extra care, more so than the top of the stick or the boom, because it doesn't really get that dirty. It gets dusty, but it doesn't get caked on dirt. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I've got to maneuver this so I can actually pull the pin out. So I've got to move the bucket. Okay. Good old Diggy, I like to call her. This is Diggy. I'm going to get a towel because it's going to get greasy here in a second. Well, man, it's hot. Good old Texas. Texas spring, right? So I've got that. It's not too bad. But again, the purpose of this inspection is also to clean all these parts and give them a good inspection. So, like I said, Diggy's at 117 hours at this point. Let me get this pin off. So next one here. Get it nice and cleaned up. Okay, so now I've got the retaining clips off of the back of the bucket pins. So really all I got to do now is just pop it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the bucket down a little bit so that gravity does not work against me with the weight of the bucket. See how easy this pin comes out. Really easy. Turn off the engine and get a little quieter in here. But so here's the. I'm sure each one of these pins has unique names, but I just call it the forward bucket pin. There is some coloration on the surface here, and running my finger over these colorized areas, I can vaguely, probably not more than 1/1000th of an inch difference between the rest of the surface, even in that area right there where it gets a lot of wear and tear. No big deal there. I don't see any problems here. The tactile inspection is probably as good, if not better, than the visual inspection, because that tells you a lot about not only how well the machine is wearing, but how well you're taking care of it. So these pins do a lot of work. A lot of force gets run through those. Now I'm just going to clean up that zerk a little bit. Got my trash can lid as a workspace. So here we are. Here is the here's the bore. This is the part a little bit that concerned me last time. This area right here, I'm gonna wipe it real quick. So clean it up. Okay, so that's free of dirt, and I'm gonna make sure I don't get anything inside the bore there. But this this wear pattern, nothing I can do about this. There's so much play, and I'm sure it's built in, you know, as part of the engineering of the assembly. But this area right in here is wearing, even if you look at it from the side here a little bit. I see uneven wear right here, and that could just be I'm not taking this apart enough. So I'm going to go ahead and continue my inspection here. take a look at the bore from the other side. Now most of that's just grease. There we are. Most of that's just grease. Clean that up. This edge is sharp, so that's also not good because that means it's getting sharp. It's sharpening because it's wearing out on this surface right here. It's wearing out right there. So again, nothing I can do about it. I can only keep my eye on it. And thankfully, these pieces that are wearing are replaceable. So they have a lifetime. They're going to wear out, but I want the maximum amount of wear that I can get. The boss pin, I haven't taken apart yet right here. This is the boss pin. So actually, that might not be called the boss pin. I'll have to look that up. It might be called the wrist pin. I don't know. The other nice thing too is when you've got these bucket pins off, you can get all of that excess dirt, all this excess material in here that's causing wear on these metal on metal surfaces. And get those nice and cleaned up. Okay. So now my visual inspection. Take a look in here. So this area right here, that little crescent area right here, this is the wear pattern right here. And same here is here. You can see how that goes in there like that. Inside the bore, again, this is on the bucket, and the bucket is a replaceable unit, but you want to get the most wear out of it as you can. You want the most number of rental hours as possible so you can maximize your investment. Again, looking inside, I don't see anything that's alarming me except that it's wearing, and I don't want it to wear at all, but it's going to, and nothing you can do about it. Another good indicator, and you can't really measure this. I suppose you could measure it, but just by feeling, again, this entire assembly has a lot of play in it, and it's probably on purpose. One of these days I'll research why, but I know it does, and even it had this when it was brand new. But I'm feeling this, I'm going, okay, this is about what it was last time. I don't feel any more excessive wear, and you can see the pin slides without any resistance at all. And even if I put this guy down a little bit, there we go. Okay, so that's all the way in. So that's about where it would be if the pin was, or the retainer clip. Yeah, it's a pin, it's a retainer. I don't know, again, it has a technical name and I don't know what it is. But, you know, I feel that amount of wear, and I'm familiar with this amount of play, so I'm not concerned. And since I've been doing this maintenance since Diggy was new, I'm using the observation and documentation method to determine what is and what isn't excessive wear on these metal on metal surfaces. So I'm going to do this one. It's the same process. I'm not going to document it, but that's the forward bucket pin disassembly and inspection. Thanks for watching.